The night I told my husband I was pregnant, he asked for divorce. Now he wants to co-parent. The pregnancy test showed positive at 6:47 a.m. on a Tuesday. 2 pink lines that should have been the happiest moment of my life. I spent the day imagining how I'd tell James that night, parent a tiny pair of baby shoes by his dinner plate maybe, or a dad-to-be mug with his morning coffee. I settled on simple and intimate. I made his favorite dinner, wore the dress from our first date, and placed the test in a small box with a note. Ready for our greatest adventure. When he opened it, his face didn't light up. It crumpled. He set the test down carefully, like it might detonate, and whispered. In the 13 seconds of silence that followed, I constructed 1,000 scenarios. He'd been feeling sick. He was worried about money. He was just shocked. I've been waiting for the right time, he finally said, his voice mechanical. I want a divorce. I laughed. Adley laughed because it had to be a joke. But James wasn't laughing. This isn't about the baby, he insisted. I've been unhappy for months. I'd been seeing someone. Her name was Rebecca. They worked together. It had been going on for 6 months, parent half of our marriage. He'd been planning to leave gently after our 2nd anniversary next month. The pregnancy had simply accelerated his timeline. I don't remember much about that night after his confession. I remember sleeping in the guest room listening to him pack a suitcase. I remember the sound of our front door closing at 3 a.m. I remember staring at the ceiling, one hand on my still flat stomach, whispering promises to a child who couldn't hear me yet. The divorce was swift and clinical. James moved in with Rebecca, changed his phone number, and communicated only through lawyers. I threw myself into preparing for single motherhood, taking birthing classes alone, assembling nursery furniture, practicing how to say furniture, practicing how to say it's just us without my voice breaking. Last week at my 30-week appointment, my doctor noticed my blood pressure was dangerously high. She ordered bed rest and weekly monitoring. When I posted about needing help with grocery delivery in our neighborhood group, someone must have told James yesterday. He appeared at my door, clean-shaven, holding grocery bags, looking strangely nervous. Rebecca and I broke up, he said before I could speak. She didn't want children. He set the bags down carefully. I've been thinking about our baby. I want to be involved. I want to co-parent. I studied his face, parent the same face that had looked at a positive pregnancy test and decided to leave. The same face that had disappeared from my life when I needed him most. You left me at the most vulnerable moment of my life, I said quietly. You didn't just leave me, you left us. I made a terrible mistake, he whispered. I panicked. 6 months ago I would have given anything to hear those words. Now they felt like sand in an open wound. I don't need a husband who comes back because his girlfriend rejected him, I said. And my child doesn't need a father who views parenthood as a backup plan. As I closed the door, I saw something on his face I'd never seen before, paired genuine regret. But some bridges once burned can't be rebuilt from ashes. My doctor says stress isn't good for the baby. She says I need to focus on calm and positivity. So I'm letting my lawyer handle James's sudden interest in fatherhood. I'm focusing on the little kicks that remind me I'm not alone, even when the house is quiet. Some people are meant to be in your life forever. Others are just passing through, teaching painful lessons along the way. I am still learning which one James is supposed to be.